the following is a review of the comic and not a endorsement of the creators. If you really think that, you are a poopy head. Also, the quality of this video is low. So if you want better video, it's not here. Okay. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Hey guys, StarCraft here, and today, continuing my Marvel Zombies retrospective, although I may try to fit in the final issue of Jughead the Hunger versus Vampironica, I don't know, but yeah, continuing on, let's find out what happened with the Frightful Four, the zombie Fantastic Four, who made their way into the Ultimate Universe, and they've been stuck there as we go back into the Dead Days hardcover, talking about these 3 issues. But is it going to be a satisfying conclusion that Mark Millar does that wraps up his entire his return run on Ultimate Fantastic Four? Kinda, sorta. This is less about the Marvel Zombies or the Frightful Four per se. They are a factor in this. It's less about that and more about, well, again, tying up loose ends. For example, let's just talk about this for example, because here's in the summary what happened since then. And the zombie Fantastic Four find themselves prisoners of their useful counterparts, locked away in an inescapable prison within the Baxter building, where Reed Richards hoped to find a cure for them. He had little time to devote to his new test subjects, though, as Sue and Johnny were reunited with their believed dead mother, Dr. Mary Storm. With her aid, the Fantastic Four explored the sunken ruins of Atlantis, accidentally released Namor. A rampage by the Atlantean was halted by only when Sue agreed to a simple kiss from him. Reality was thrown askew for the Fantastic Four afterward, when Reed attempted to cure Ben Grimm of his monstrous curse through time travel. They found themselves trapped in a world where Ultimate Soul ruled the country. While the Fantastic Four again triumph against the odds, returning to their own reality, their zombie counterparts plotted. As near the end of that particular arc, we have Zombie Reed talking and taunting him, basically saying how, we'll get out of this soon. This is only a temporary accommodation. I'm certainly 10 times as smarter than you, and I will figure out a way to get out of here. Like I said, temporary accommodation. And then we again jump around to other points where they again will just keep taunting him. Again, this is just the stuff that would happen in between issues. Nothing but just taunting and taunting. Although then we get to a point where this is where we get Greg Land mixed in with Mitch Breitweiser's artwork. But I do really say this is when we're introduced to Ultimate Alicia Masters, who when Ben sees her, I'll be honest, I'm a little off initially because when he finds out she's blind, he's like, thank you, God. It's like, okay, really, Ben? I get you've been feeling more rocky and everything, but you're gonna be like, thank you, God, for giving me a blind girl. It's like she's gonna figure it out right away anyway, dude, especially if she's blind. Then you will say, it looks like Dr. Doom is plotting and planning. So, yeah, let's lead into the 3 issues. As it just opens up with Johnny and Ben are out. Someone tries to attack, a car swerves, nearly getting someone killed, but they're able to stop it in time. But then, well, Johnny doesn't feel real good, as he just feels like something painful is in his chest. As it turns out, a creature had crawled its way up into Johnny, and it's ready to, this creature really wants out. of him as it's being painful. But basically, it's a end zone or negative zone creature. And once it's out, it will eat organic material. And it is basically wants to destroy everything on the planet. Then Sue tries going to Crystal of the Inhumans to convince her to help them out with their tech. She says no. And then she's like, then why'd you want to meet with me? Because I wanted you to tell Johnny I said goodbye. Okay, let's get to what we really want to hear, though. Well, first, Reed tries to ask his counterpart for help. Tells them basically, no, I'm not going to. And he calls himself the Frightful Four. Really? And well, once everyone's all distracted and worried about Johnny, Zombie Sue says it's time to make their move. Oh, and by the way, this piece of artwork right here, I'll get a screenshot to put right next to it, but look at that. This exact same pose, showing you about Greg Land's copying over himself, would be right on this side, from Ultimate Power. Exact same image. Then we would get into Zombie Reed taunting the guards, basically saying how, oh, using our lunches and I may use a thread of hair as a keyboard, I've been able to make a friend to help us teleport. And it looks like they do. In actuality, it's just Ultimate Sue making him invisible, and they even laugh at him. They're like, yeah, you really think I'm that smart and that impossible genius? They just keep on slamming into everyone. It's slobbering time. And, well, basically they're running amok. So, then we eventually get to feeling they need his help. Reed goes, talks to Dr. Doom, Victor, asking him for help. Victor basically, I'll just cut to the chase, agrees to it if he and Reed switch his mind. It's supposed to be a secret and everything, but nothing. Oh, see, look, even traced itself again. Exact same pose. But, yeah, basically, it's meant to be a big secret. Not that well handled. But eventually, when they tried to use an Atlantean incantation to take the creature out of Johnny. At the same time, we're seeing Ultimate and Zombie Reed is creating a new portal apparatus. But then Victor in Reed, he mispronounces a word and causes the creature to be taken out of Johnny, but now it's trapped in the physical world. Thinking it's going to head over to Thor, but instead it goes into Doom. Then Reed in Doom goes inside and just takes out all of the zombie Fantastic Four, ripping off Ben's arm, covering Johnny with some goop, taking out Sue's ligaments, and well, filling Zombie Reed with maggots. Eventually, Reed is able to convince Victor, hey, let's swap back, to which Victor agrees to that. Then, because he feels like, oh, I'm doomed anyway. So he throws the bodies into the zombie universe, where he arrives just as they're eating Galactus. And, well, for him, it ends on a cliffhanger as they charge at him, but this is never followed up on. In fact, it's made very clear in Ultimate F4, many years later, when we finally get the real Doom back, that this was actually, and that he was in a version of the Marvel Zombies universe, because in this way he just takes them all out and leaves, when we know that contradicts everything. But yeah, basically the story ends, Zombies 4 were taken care of. This is pretty lackluster for that. I mean, it's good for a wrapping up all of Mark Millar's plot points for the Ultimate Fantastic Four, but tying to the zombies, they're wasted. They weren't hardly used, and then they were just taken out so casually. And then even then, their Doom's appearance in the zombie universe didn't amount to anything either. Unfortunate. Tune in tomorrow as we get into the main story of this, Dead Days, as we find out at least the early days of it. We still don't get the full-on cause of the zombie apocalypse, but we at least get and see the early days. So tune in for that. Catch you guys later.